All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having an outstanding day. We've got a full MLB slate today. We're going to talk about every game. As always, I got 7 best bets today. I'm going to give you guys a recap from yesterday. We went 2-3, but our 3 losses were less than a full unit, so we won our full unit play. So we were up just a little bit yesterday. We had the Phillies on the money line. We had the Rays on the money line. Those were our 2 winners. We had the Padres, took a stab there. They ended up losing 6-3. We had Sandy Alcantara over 2.5 earned runs. That one was frustrating. Phillies only hit 2 solo shots. They had ample opportunities to get that 3rd run off of him, but just couldn't do it. And then we had the Phillies, Yankees, and the Astros on the money line. The Yankees, wow, got shut out yesterday. That was a pretty wild game. All right, so let's delve into this slate, give you guys the best bets, get you on your way. First game, Phillies and the Marlins. Jesus Luzardo going up against his old team, going up against Cal Quantrill. So this one, I expect some runs. Jesus Luzardo had a very, very nice bounce back start in his last outing, but this Marlins team has been hitting lefties really well the last couple of weeks. They're actually the second best hitting team against lefties, hitting .317 with a 128 WRC plus. Weather-wise, we're going to have the dome closed in this one. So I like the over. Give me the over 8. I do think the Marlins are able to get to Luzardo. Obviously, they have a pretty robust scouting report on him, and I think the Phillies are able to get to Cal Quantrill. Ultimately, I think the Phillies win this, but I do see this being a somewhat high-scoring game. I could see this being 6-4 Phillies would be how I kind of picture this. My only concern, Quantrill's been pitching good against lefties, but my God, he's getting trounced against righties. Kind of the same thing with Luzardo. Both have a pretty high hit rate. Runners in scoring position, they're both not doing so hot. Cal Quantrill, 339 over the last 30 days. Jesus Luzardo, 284. Just give me runs in this one. So we're going to take the over 8 as one of our first best bets. Next game is going to be the Tigers and the Pirates. Bailey Falter going up against Casey Mize. Falter on the road, got about a 4 ERA. Mize at home's been really good, 1.54 and 6 home starts. Tigers in the first game of a series this season, they're outstanding. They're 9-1 at home. They're 2-0 in the first game of a series when they face a lefty. It's a Tiger spot for me. Give me the Tigers -1 as my best bet in this game. Wouldn't mind the run line either. This Tigers team's been hitting lefties really well. #1 team versus lefties over the past 2 weeks. WRC plus of 190. So absolutely been crushing the lefties so far in this one. So I like this spot. So Tigers up for me. And then we've got Rockies and the Nationals. Look at them, Rockies go. Scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th to get the dub yesterday. The Nationals are now winless when they are home favorites on the season. They have not won a single game as home favorites. They do get a bit of a gift today. Antonio Senzatella. He is a gift. He's rocking about a 7 ERA on the road, 7.23 ERA on the season. Again, when you look at the Nationals, you look at how they fare against lefties. Senzatella, not great against lefties. 4.23 average against lefties. It would be Nats on the run line or nothing for me. I'm choosing nothing. Maybe the over 9.5. Michael Soroka's not a guy I trust. He's got a 5 ERA. He's got a 3.71 and 3 home starts. But this Rockies team is hitting. Weather-wise, it's going to be heavy rain. I don't know if this game gets played, so I'm not going to put any of my money on it just because. We do have a slight wind blowing in. It's going to be 80, but they're calling for heavy rain. So worst case, it gets canceled. Best case, I would say it's probably delayed, but pretty crap game there. All right, next, let's go to the Angels and the Yankees. Will Warren going up against Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks got a 5 ERA. That ERA jumps to 6.37 in 7 away starts. Will Warren's got a 5 ERA. That does jump down to 3.86 in 5 home starts. Pitch mix looks terrible for both of these guys. Honestly, it looks worse for Warren. Everything he throws, the Angels are top 10 in. So, that said, am I willing to jump behind Kyle Hendricks? Absolutely not. Yankees are 5-0 at home the past 2 years after coming off a home shutout loss. So I do look for the Yankees to put some runs up on the board. We get an over-under of 9 after a 1-0 game. Weather-wise, it's going to be 71 degrees. We do have a 6-mile-an-hour wind that's going to be blowing right to left. I like runs in this one. I think you're getting a lot of value to take the Angels at plus 207. You can get the Angels on the run line plus 1.5 at plus money. Kind of hard to turn that down after yesterday. These Yankees bats have been pretty damn ice cold over the last 2 weeks. They're hitting 234 against righties with a WRC plus of 98. So not one I have a ton of confidence, but don't know if I can pull the trigger behind A, Kyle Hendricks, and B, the bullpen. That said, over the last 30 days, this bullpen's actually a top 10 bullpen. I think that's fake, but I can't get behind that. No Kenley Jensen today, most likely. I think everybody in the Yankees bullpen should be available. I think Will Warren has a decent outing. Probably racks up some Ks against this lineup that's still striking out at a pretty high clip. But yeah, Kyle Hendricks, not a dude I can get behind. He's not going to strike anybody out for the most part. So wouldn't mind the over. Yankees in the over here. The only 2 ways I play this one. But like I said, getting the Angels plus 1.5 at plus money, a little attractive. All right, Diamondbacks and the Blue Jays. It's going to be Brandon Pfaadt going up against Chris Bassett. Brandon Pfaadt on the road has been a nightmare. He's got a 6.69 ERA in 7 away starts. Chris Bassett at home's been stellar. 2.48 in 7 home starts. His only weakness, lefties. Over the last 30 days, they're hitting 286 off of him as opposed to 255 to righties. Pfaadt, he's just been giving it up to both sides of the dish, although he has been stronger against righties, which isn't saying much because it's a 281 average. But, I just don't think I want to fade this D-backs team. That said, man, taking Brandon Pfaadt, you're getting a good price to fade a really bad pitcher. This would be the over 9 or Blue Jays on the money line for me. Next game is going to be the Redlegs going up against the Twins. David Festa on the bump for the Twins going up against Andrew Abbott. Abbott has just been outstanding this year. 6-1, 183 opponent average. He's got a 2.27 ERA in 6 home starts at GABP. Mind you, this is one of the most hitter-friendly ballparks out there. So to be rocking a 2.27 at home, stellar. Giving up a 161 average to lefties, 190 to righties over the last 30 days. Festa got killed in his last start. He's got a 20 ERA on the road. Now, we obviously can't read too much into that. I do like David Festa. However, I don't like his pitch mix. We just talked about this a couple of days ago with the Reds. They've really turned a weakness, which is the slider, into a big strength for them. They've always hit righty fastballs well. You can go back 2, 3, 4 years. They've been a good right-handed fastball hitting team. Now they're crushing the slider lately, which is a big part of what Festa throws. He throws a fastball, curveball, and a changeup. I think he finds some success with his changeup. I don't particularly love his changeup, so this would be a red spot for me. Just Abbott's been absolutely outstanding. Both of these bullpens haven't been fantastic lately. We just watched the Twins and the Blue Jays series blow consecutive games with the bullpen. Bullpen's just been giving up a decent amount of runs lately. That said, kind of the Reds have too. You get an over-under of 8.5. It's Reds money line for my official play. Don't mind the under either. I think Abbott throws well against this Twins team. Offensively, Twins just haven't been blowing me away, whereas the Reds have been hitting really well lately. They've been absolutely touching up righties. They have won 7 of their past 10 games, whereas the Twins are 2-8 in their last 10. They've lost 4 straight. So it's Reds money line for me. Next one's the Mets and the Braves. Spencer Schwellenbach going up against David Peterson. Pretty crazy. We're getting the Mets at plus 115, which I get it. Schwellenbach's been really, really good. At home, he's been great. 2.29 ERA, but David Peterson on the road's been good as well. 2.90 ERA. Yeah, this is one, I like the under. This is another one where this could get rained out, but I'm going to do a half a unit on the Mets. And the reason I do it, the Braves haven't hit lefties. I mean, they just faced Austin Gomber, who's terrible, and they were only able to get 2 hits in 5 innings off of him, no earned runs. They got 1 off of Crochet, 2 off of Sanchez, none off of Suarez. Andrew Haney, they only got 2. They didn't get any off Fulter. They got 2 off Lodolo, none off of Abbott. So this is going way back to April now. They just haven't faced a ton of lefties, and all the lefties they faced, they haven't been able to do anything. So Mets on the money line, just a half unit play on that. But I do like the under. I just don't love taking unders when there's rain delays. It typically leads to more runs. So not going to touch the under. But yeah, I think it's worth taking a stab. Mets on the money line. My thought is we could get into this game, and then Schwellenbach, let's say it gets rain delayed in the second, third inning, he doesn't come back out. Now they've got to rely on that bullpen. Mets have the bullpen advantage. So I like the Mets here, taking a stab at that. All right, next one's going to be the Orioles and the Rays. Rays got the job done for us yesterday. Going right back to them today. It's Dean Kramer, Zach Littell. Dean Kramer on the road this season, he's been awful. 6.33 ERA in 9 away starts, giving up a 350 average to lefties. There's a lot of lefties that'll kill you in this Tampa Bay lineup. 241 to righties. Zach Littell, kind of the same thing though. 308 to lefties, 253 to righties. So I don't love that aspect, but man, this Rays team's just been on absolute tear as of late. Whereas this Orioles team on the road, they've been awful. They're 14-22. Rays have won 4 straight, 7-3 in their last 10. No reason not to take them again today. Until they prove to me that they're going to get beat, we'll keep riding them. So I like the sticks. They've been absolutely on fire as of late. Whereas the Orioles, over the past week, have not been overly fantastic. They've been good, but not fantastic. K rate's too high for me. Runners in scoring position, they've been really, really bad, whereas the Rays have been getting it done with runners in scoring position. Orioles don't give a lot of run support to Kramer, only averaging 3.5 runs per start with him. So this would be a Rays spot for me. All right, next one's going to be the Cardinals and the White Sox. Matthew Liberatore going up against Shane Smith. Pretty good pitching matchup. Liberatore at home started the season off outstanding. But lately he's been struggling a little bit. He's got a 4.5 ERA in 6 home starts. Or I'm sorry, 6 away starts. Jesus. Liberatore on the road is where we want to fade him. At home is where we take him. Shane Smith at home's been really good. 2.18 in 6 home starts. Weather in this one's going to be 87 degrees with a 9-mile-an-hour wind blowing right to left. It's kind of hard to take this over here with these 2 pitchers. I don't know if I trust the White Sox. It would be White Sox first 5 or nothing for me. Now, the White Sox are starting to win, and they do win at home. They're 16-18 at home, so you're going to get them plus money every single game. This is probably going to be your best chance for the White Sox if you want to jump on them. I'm probably not going to touch this game. Not taking the Cardinals at -155. They're 3-7 in their last 10. They're struggling offensively. They're hitting 205 over the past week against righties with a WRC plus of 66. I just can't get behind them, but I have zero faith in this White Sox team. So I guess under or nothing would be the only way I would play this game. Next one's going to be the Brew Crew going up against the Cubbies. It's going to be Chad Patrick going up against Ben Brown. I kind of put an asterisk there because it's probably not going to be Ben Brown. They typically use an opener. It's probably going to be like Drew Pomeranz is typically the opener with Ben Brown. Pomeranz is good. I think there's some value taking the Brewers here. It's just kind of a system play where you take divisional dogs in the first game on the road. They just typically have an opportunity to win. Now, do I trust Chad Patrick? Not implicitly. Don't trust him a ton on the road. He's got a 3.86 ERA and 6 away starts. But Ben Brown at Wrigley with the wind blowing out, it's just a bit too good to pass up. He's got a 5.5 ERA at Wrigley in 7 home games. He's given up about 270 to both sides of the dish. It's just one where we've seen the Cubs sticks cool off. The Brewers have been cooled off all season. I mean, I'm not jumping on the Brewers bandwagon. They're offensively just as shitty, if not shittier as of late. But I like the spot here. I don't love the pitch mix for Brown. He's a 2-pitch pitcher. He throws the fastball 57% of the time, throws the curveball 39% of the time. So this is one where the Brewers are 6th hitting the curveball over the last 30 days, 14th hitting the fastball. I just hate his pitch mix. So this is one I'm jumping on the Brewers bandwagon here. Now, I would say It's not an official play, but I do like this spot. If you're going to bet the Brewers, if they're going to go with an opener, which it's highly likely the Cubs will, just so Brown doesn't have to face some lefty bats, I would wait until bottom of the first. You'll probably be able to get the Brewers at like plus 150 if they go 1, 2, 3 in the first. So lean Brewers in this one. All right, next one's going to be the Royals and the Rangers. Seth Lugo going up against Jack Leiter. We saw the Rangers open up the offense a little bit, but for the season, it's not been great. They're hitting 229 on the season. Major League average is 245. So well below that. But lately, they've been hitting pretty good. Past week, hitting 317, 169 WRC plus. Pitch mix for Lugo doesn't look fantastic. He throws like a 6-pitch mix. He throws a lot of damn pitches. Going up against Leiter, Royals are 1-3 on the road this season when Lugo starts. Rangers are 3-2 when Jack Leiter starts at home. I like the under 8.5 in this one. Two teams that just offensively aren't fantastic. I'm not going to sell that the Rangers had a couple of days where they scored a bunch of runs. You got two pretty decent bullpens. So I would take the under 8.5. It's probably worth a stab taking the Royals at plus money, but I just don't think I can get there with them. So it's under or nothing for me in this one. Next game is going to be the Red Sox and the Mariners. Interesting game yesterday. Red Sox got it done 2-0 on 4 hits. It's Brian Wu going up against Walker Buehler tonight. Buehler's got about a 5 ERA on the season. That jumps pretty damn heavily to 7.5 on the road. Brian Wu at home got a 2.5 ERA. He's had a couple of bad home starts this year, but he's got a 3.39 overall. I hate this field. His T-Mobile Park is just horrible. So I would lean the under 7.5. I think Wu bounces back. I think this is one where he probably has a pretty decent outing. Buehler, lefties have kind of been hitting him pretty good, but overall, their hard hit percentage for both of these guys are exactly the same. 37.9%, well below league average in a park that doesn't give up a ton of runs. Exit velos are good for them. Runners in scoring position, they're pitching pretty good. I think both offenses probably struggle against the starters, so give me the first 5 under or the full game under 7.5 would be the way I would play that. All right, San Francisco and Cleveland. San Francisco with Devers in the lineup should get interesting here. I don't see Cleveland getting to Robbie Ray. It's a lefty. Cleveland have not been able to hit lefties all season. They've been absolutely dreadful. Now, we did see them get to Nick Lodolo, but Nick Lodolo, Robbie Ray, two different pitchers. Robbie Ray at home has been outstanding. So give me the Giants -1 in this game. We got an over-under of 7. Slade Cecconi's just not a guy I trust. He's pitched really well against the Reds. That's about it. But everybody else, they've been able to hit him. I think the Giants should be able to get some runs off of him. So give me the Giants -1. When Robbie Ray pitches, the Giants offense does a really good job. They're averaging over 5 runs a game when he's on the bump. Giants against righties have been pretty good, especially over the past week, hitting 300. Over the past 2 weeks, hitting 251. Guards against lefties, it's just been tragic all season. They haven't been able to win at home, haven't been able to win on the road against lefties. So love some Robbie Ray here tonight. Giants -1. All right, next one, we got the Astros and the Athletics. Threw us for a loop yesterday. Lance McCullers was supposed to start, and then they threw him on the IL with a foot injury. Ryan Gusto pitched great. I am shocked we got the low-scoring game we did on this field. I kind of like the bounce back tonight where they score a bunch of runs. It's going to be a staff game for the Astros, so a bullpen game for them. Bullpen's pretty good. A's bullpen's still terrible, still dead last in baseball. So this is just one where I would take the over, probably look at the A's, but man, it's just such a shitty game. It's a complete fade spot for me. Just never know what you're going to get out of these staff bullpen days. And then last game on the card is going to be the Padres and the Dodgers. This is going to be a staff game for the Dodgers going up against Randy Vasquez for the Padres. I can't roll with the Padres today. I can't get behind Randy. Randy's got a 4 ERA on the road. I think Matt Sauer is going to start the game for the Dodgers. He's got like 25 innings under his belt. So we're not talking about a ton of innings here for him, but he does have a 4 ERA in 3 kind of spot starts here on the season. Give me the over. I'll take the over 9.5. It's going to be 77 degrees with the wind blowing out. I think the Dodgers should not struggle to hit Randy Vasquez. So give me the over 9.5 as the best bet. I think the Dodgers probably win it, but my God, you're paying a hefty price. And there's some bullpen arms I think they're going to throw for the Dodgers tonight that should be pretty susceptible if I had to guess. So this is one I feel good about the over. All right, let's get into our best bets, get you guys on your way. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, comment down below with your favorite play today. All right, we're going to take the Reds on the money line. Like I said, I like Andrew Abbott in the spot, and the Reds are just trending in the right direction here. This is another one we could see rain, though. It's a bit of a spotty forecast during game time. Mets on the money line, just a half a unit play. Like I said, this might get rained out. Anticipating a rain delay, so I think that'll help us here. Taking the Rays on the money line. They're just absolutely hot. I like the matchup here going up against Dean Kramer. Padres, Dodgers, over 9.5. Phillies, Marlins, over 8. I do expect the Marlins to score some runs tonight. Giants, -1, back in Robbie Ray. And we're going to take Tigers, -1 versus the Pirates. So those are the plays. Like the slate here. Like the plays we have. So let's get some dubs tonight. And I'll catch you in the video tomorrow.